While selling a rifle, the man suddenly noticed the buyer could load faster than he could, even though he was a trained operative, by a full 3 seconds. Even if he deliberately adjusted the scope to a wrong angle, the buyer would still be able to hit the bullseye. Right then, he knew she had to be a professional killer. He remembered he'd just asked the organization to let him retire a few days ago, and right after that, they set up this deal. He was sure the two things were connected. Then out of nowhere, the buyer handed him the sniper rifle and told Mike to fire a round next to her to test the suppressor. Mike could have dropped her right there, but he didn't. He had a safer plan in mind. After the test, the buyer loved the weapon and paid on the spot, but Mike didn't hand over the gun. Instead, he claimed it needed repairs and asked the buyer to wait 3 days. The buyer didn't think much of it. When Mike was about to leave, he deliberately parked his car on the side of the road, kicked the car bumper and broke it, then drove into the repair shop and pretended to be a driver who came to repair his car. He used the chance to pocket the parts he needed for his plan. Back home, Mike tore down the stolen parts, hammered them into the shapes he wanted, then chopped a steel tube into dozens of short segments, stacking them inside a pre-made shell, and just like that, a sniper suppressor was born. Next up was a proper rifle body. He bought parts on the black market, repeatedly assembling and adjusting them until they looked exactly like a regular gun. Then came the critical step, the ammo. He polished the bullet tips flat, drilled a tiny hole in each, and carefully dripped in mercury. Even if the shot didn't kill outright, the poison would finish the job. 3 days flew by. Mike showed up to deliver the gun, thinking everything was on track. But the buyer suddenly said she wanted to test it in the restroom. This action made him nervous. Luckily, she didn't spot anything off. With the rest of the cash in hand, Mike finally relaxed, figuring he'd been overthinking it.